Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we're going to talk about starting your own business from scratch. There's a lot of you out there who do not feel comfortable with starting your, let's call it an LLC. But it really is simple, and there's just a few steps that you need to take. We're going to go over some of that today, and actually, I'm going to use real websites where you can start your business right now in the state of Florida. Why Florida? Well, we'll get into that. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you so much for being here. And please share the videos. That's so you can help other people. You never know who's looking for help or who's looking to start a business in this case and who wants to have the least resistance. Well, this is one of the states that has least resistance for starting an LLC. We're talking about the state of Florida. So that's the example that I'm going to use today. But most states still operate under these same ways to register. It may cost you a little more or a little less. But generally, Florida is inexpensive, especially when we're talking about $125 to start an LLC. And it's only $134 annually to renew. So that's not bad. Now, let's get into it, shall we? We're going to go over to the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page. And as you'll notice, we have members of the channel right here that's shown courtesy of YouTube. And the reason why I bring this up is so you can become a member of the channel. You hit the join button over here on the right hand side. And as a member of the channel, on the community tab, you receive special messages, 1 or 2 videos per month. And during our live streams, you can be on any of our live streams, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights, just like tonight when we have Nestor on talking about the luxury upscale condo known as Serenism. I don't know how to pronounce it really. So you guys got to check it out at 8:50 p.m. Wednesday night. Nestor's coming on June 28th. Check them out. And if you're interested in no qualifying real estate and you want that upscale real estate, this is the night. This is the place. This is on the marina, one of the world famous locations. Juanillo Beach is nearby. PGA golf courses. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Join us tonight and you'll find out more. Now, let's get into what we need to talk about. We're talking about an LLC in Florida. Why Florida? Well, let's just say it's one of the places that is tax friendly for an LLC. Not a C Corp. Well, they're still friendly for a C Corp as well. But LLC, sole proprietorships, you can see it here on the screen. Florida is a tax friendly state that does not impose an income tax on individuals, which is a great thing, and has a 6% sales tax. Corporations that do business in Florida are subject to a 5.5% income tax. Fair enough. However, LLCs, sole proprietorships, and S corporations are, however, exempt from paying state income tax. This is why a lot of companies have LLCs in Florida. Some of you right about now might be going, Eric, I don't live in Florida. You don't have to live in Florida to own an LLC. Okay? You can always live in one location and have an LLC in another location. You're going to have to abide by those laws where the jurisdiction is in that state. So if you have an LLC in Florida, you can do business anywhere in the world. It's just you have to go by the laws and the rules of the state of Florida, such as the 6% sales tax. If your business makes a sale in the state of Florida, you owe the state of Florida 6% sales tax. It's that simple. Whether you're there physically or not, your LLC is an entity separate of yourself. Just keep that in mind. That is very major. So now let's get into it. How simple this is if you want to start your own LLC or sole proprietorship for that matter. You go to sunbiz.org. That is the Florida Department of State website for filing. And here it is, start a business. Pretty simple. You see limited liability, profit corporation, nonprofit, limited partnership. But before we get into that, we need to go figure out what name. If you have a name of a business already, then you come over here, search records to see if anybody else has that name, because you can't have the same name as somebody else. So I was searching through here earlier and I couldn't believe I put in Mr. Hamburgers. I thought Mr. Hamburgers would be, let's just say, taken. But it's not, apparently. Oh, I don't see a Mr. Hamburger here. Mr. Hammer, I see him, but I don't see a Mr. Hamburger. So if I wanted to start a business called Mr. Hamburgers, then I can start a business called Mr. Hamburgers. It's that simple. You just put in a search and just say TY edit. I don't know what that means, but is there a TY edit? No. TY eds? No TY edit. So I could have a Thai Edit LLC, Mr. Hamburgers LLC. This is what you do first. Make sure nobody else has your name. Because once you determine nobody else has your name, then we can start doing some other things. Because now we can either file, but yet before we file, I want to say some things. I want to talk about the fact that if you run your business out of your home, you have to treat your business separate than you. If you run into a lawsuit in the most litigious country in the world, somebody's going to try and pierce your corporate veil and try to sue you personally. So that means you need to make sure that everything is separate for your business, because it is a separate entity. You and the business are separate. That's why you have to have a separate bank account. You go to bluevine.com if you feel there's a problem. Yes, it's an online bank, but it's very simple. Everybody qualifies. There's not any problem. You'll be signed up within 24 to 48 hours. All right, but you're going to need your articles of incorporation from the Florida Department of State at your sunbiz.org. Now, we'll get into that in a second, but I want to clarify this because it's very, very important on why, after we know we're going to have Mr. Hamburgers, why my next moves are going to be to get my EIN number, if I can find that real quick, which I don't have it up yet. Here it is. Here's my EIN number from the IRS, right? So the first things I'm going to have to do is go over here and get my Opus virtual office, because I don't want to run my business out of my office, or I don't even live in Florida. My business is going to be in Florida. So why wouldn't I put some sort of address in Florida as well? And here's how we do that. Opus virtual office, $99 a month, which is a tax write-off. First, the most important part, I'm going to have a business phone number. That's provided by Opus Virtual Office. I'm going to have a business fax number. That's provided by Opus Virtual Office. I'm going to have a corporate mailing address, which is in a commercial zone. That's awesome. Notice there's a live receptionist answering your phones. You can have it forwarded to your email. Your email will be transferred to a voicemail system, and your voicemail will be transferred to an email system and then emailed to you, right? Transcribed, and then the email is sent to you. Fax, the same thing, converted to email. But the kicker at the end is business credit building already starts now. That's what's beautiful as well. So I come over here, get my Mr. Hamburgers, get this, and your phone number, your company phone number is given to you. Your corporate fax number is given to you by Opus Virtual Office. You get choices when you sign up. All right? So think about that. So now I'm going to have my LLC. I'm going to have my business address. I go get my EIN number, and then I go file with the state of Florida. It's very, very simple. All right? So now I'm going to go back to Division of Records. Let's go back here. Start a business. We're going to hit limited liability. I'm going to go through this short and brief. You hit the limited liability from start of business, drop down menu. Up comes file or correct Florida LLC articles of organization. You can always update your articles of an organization as they're known in Florida. It's that simple. Start a new filing. I have read, I understand. It's very simple. It's only $125. This is the date you want to make it effective. It could be in the future. All right? It doesn't have to be today. You can say, well, I'm not even going to really start my business for another month or two, so why not start it, put in a date from a month or two? That's fine. If you want a certificate of status, $5 extra, optional. Certified copy, $30, optional. You don't have to pay for that. Limited liability company. This is where I'm going to put in Mr. Hamburgers. And notice, principal place of business. I have my Opus virtual office. I go over here. Pretty simple, right? Mailing address, same as principal address, right? Or you can put in another address as well if you want, but I would recommend using the same because Opus Virtual Office will mail you any mail. Or if you choose a place in your city or area, you can always go pick up your own mail. The other beauty about it is it's an office. So therefore, if you ever have clients, you want to rent an office suite for an hour or two, or the boardroom for an hour or two or three, you can pay an hourly fee. And you can meet at your own office. There's how it works. It's beautiful. All right? So that's how you start this off. It's very simple. And then we have to go get our EIN number. And again, this is very simple. There's nothing to it as well. Now, you're already going to know how this goes. It's simple. But you want to do it between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. at night because they will issue you an EIN number electronically. You got to write it down. Take a picture. Because once you go past that page after they show you, then you're going to have to wait on it coming in the mail to actually have your EIN number. And you're going to need an EIN number if you want to open up a business bank account. All right. Here's the limited liabilities. Sole proprietor, if you chose that one. But okay. Limited liability. Very simple. There we go. Notice this here. Not incorporated. Exactly. You're not a C Corp. How many members are you going to have? 1, 2, 3. If you choose, okay, I'm going to choose 2 here. If you choose 2, let's see what happens. Because again, you're going to have to write down in your art when you do your LLC filing, you're going to have to say there's going to be 2 members. Then you're going to have to say, hey, how much percentage do you own? If the other person generally owns 25 or 20% or less, you don't have to put them down on most documents. But if a person owns part of more than 25%, then generally whenever you try to do something, you're going to have to give the entity, such as a bank potentially, or anybody that you're doing credit with, business credit with, they're going to ask, is there anybody that has this certain percentage over 20% or 25%? So keep that in mind if it matters to you. Now, look at this. Started a new business. EIN we're on right now. It's that simple. We're going through the pages. You put in your name, address, and then I am owner, members. So here we go right here where this, if you have more than one member, then you might have to put their names in. Just letting you know. That's how it goes. Look, SSN number, yes. Or ITIN if you're not a United States citizen and have a TIN number. But then you can go on from there. It's self-explanatory. Finish it up before 10 p.m. at night. You'll have your EIN number today. All right? That just gives you an idea. And it's really that simple. Does that seem too hard for you? Let me know if this seems too hard for anybody, because it's not that hard. Now, I'm going to go through one last thing, because there's an employer's quarterly report with payment coupon. You can have an LLC not accept a salary. So you would not be considered an employee. You are telling them that I have X amount of employees on this RT-6 form. I'll have a link down below to this page, and you will see this is what the form looks like. All right? It's simple. Notice if you're going to have employees, you put in their gross wages paid this quarter. There's 4 quarters a month, a year, 4 quarters a year. Monday, January, February, March. That's one. April, May, June. That's two. July, August, September. That's three. October, November, December. That's four. 4 quarters a year. And therefore, what you can do is when you sign up in the system, because you will have to sign up in the under the Florida Employer Department of Employment. I can't remember the name. Unemployment Reemployment Tax Department. You'll figure it out, but that's where you want to sign up. So anyhow, the RT6 you're going to have to file, but once you sign up, where it says file online, this is exactly what's going to happen. You're going to file online, and then when you file online, you have to set up an account. So see, reemployment tax employers. So here it is. This is where they're getting the account numbers from. I have an account number. All right. So just wanted to show you that's where you file that's how you get the account number on the form. So if that throws you off at all, again, it's self-explanatory. It's not that hard. If you don't plan on having employees, let them know on this form. There's going to be a place saying I don't have employees, or it's zero, right? Because you're going to put down their social security numbers, you're going to put down employee name, and then you put down their gross wages. If you don't have employees, then you just say I don't have employees, nothing to report, and that's it. They also have a provision that you could say I'm never going to have employees. So then that's on a different form. After you sign up, you could say I'm not going to have employees at all. And then every quarter you'll get this form. If you sign up and not do this by paper, you sign up, they'll send you a message saying, hey, your quarterly employee wage report is due. So it's very simple. You don't have to worry, but you just got to check your business email, right? Or your email, whichever one you use. But nonetheless, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. You are signed up, good to go. You want to know something else? Here's the other part about this that a lot of people don't talk about. You start a business, the IRS, right? You have an EIN number. You have a tax write-off for startup up to $5,000. So when you're running around doing all this startup, driving around, you should be logging in. This is what I'm doing to start my business, keeping receipts. Up to $5,000 of all of this you're doing can be written off. Keep that in mind, all right? It's not even a problem because it's in the IRS code, just so you have an idea. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but we're trying to make it easier for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that hard. You can make comments down below, ask questions. You can send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow.com, or find us on a live stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night and ask questions then. Either way, we're here for you. And we have more people here for you as well. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.